ahead on DC News Now at 4.
And I'll never forget everything she did for me and the smile she put on my face every day.
A family in mourning after a 17-year-old lost her life in a deadly crash involving 3 students in Montgomery County.
With all of us being together, being here, we will make it.
Ahead at 4, we're hearing from the sister as a high school community is in mourning.
Plus, no mistrial for a former police officer accused of killing an unarmed man at Tyson's Mall. What the jury heard today before heading back to deliberate.
More help on the way for those impacted by Helene.
This is what I was born to do, to help others.
See how local aviation company is bringing much needed relief to the hardest hit areas.
We're slowly getting more sunshine as we head toward the end of the week, but we'll let you know when a few spotty showers could pop up on Friday.
And the summer glow of lightning bugs is dimming the battle to save a rare local species of firefly.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Tosin Fakile in for Annalisa Gale. We begin in Sherwood High School, where the community is in mourning after the loss of 17-year-old student Sonia Ville. She was killed in a car crash Wednesday morning. 2 other students were in the car with her and are seriously hurt.
DC News Now's Christian Pena is in Sandy Spring, and he spoke with those closest to her.
Sanaa was on her way to school with 2 other students at Sherwood High before they crashed and hit a pole along Norwood Road. Now, those closest to her tell me she was a force to be reckoned with and beyond charismatic.
She always brought people together, and she was just someone who you could come to and be comfortable by.
A makeshift memorial is underway for 17-year-old Sanaa Ville, who died Wednesday morning after crashing her red Toyota car. Police say her vehicle failed to make a turn and collided with a wooden pole on the 17500 block of Norwood Road, sending 2 other passengers to the hospital. The family of the basketball lover now heartbroken.
Sanaa was an angel to me. She was my twin sister. Loved her to death. We did everything together.
In a statement to DC News Now, Sherwood High School's athletic director Jason Woodward shares Sanaa was always attending athletic events, supporting her classmates and good friends. Her classmates and team has gravitated towards her because of her hard work on the court.
I used to have trouble having friends, and she really brought me to us together as like a community.
Sanaa's family is working with Sherwood High School to host a vigil next Thursday. They say they want her to be remembered for the kind spirit she was and the work she did as part of the Black Student Union at her school.
She was such an amazing person. There was always such a bright light to her, and whenever I saw her, I was always happy.
In Sandy Spring, Maryland, Christian Pena, DC News Now.
What a tough time for that group. Oh my gosh, praying for them. All right, well, to Virginia now, where happening right now, the court case involving a former Fairfax County police officer is in the hands of a jury.
Former Sergeant Wesley Shiflett is on trial for involuntary manslaughter in the deadly shooting of a suspected Tyson's Corner shoplifter Timothy Johnson a year and a half ago.
His defense team had the opportunity today to motion for a mistrial in the case, but chose not to. Former Sergeant Wesley Shiflett's defense maintaining an interesting stance during those closing arguments, saying he can't be convicted on an involuntary manslaughter charge when it was his intent to kill Timothy Johnson, saying the shooting was intentional and aligned with his police training. However, prosecutors saying that while policing is a difficult job, it was not an act of defense, but an act of what might be and a rush to judgment. DC News Now's Randy Bass is in court right now. We'll bring you updates as we learn it.
A live look outside at the National Cathedral. Tosin, this is the sunniest day we've had in quite some time.
Won't he do it, okay? I'm just like, I woke up this morning, Damon, and I felt like to wake up and turn to my window and not just see clouds and darkness, it felt great. Well, the sunshine is amazing.
Tosin, I heard you last night even just saying, we want it, and hey, we got here.
Thank you so much.
Oh, finally. It's a relief off my shoulders, too. I'm just thankful to see that sunshine as well, just like many of you out there are. Yes, finally, this cloud deck broke. It took a while out there across parts of northern Virginia, southern Maryland, where there is still a decent bit of some cloud cover, but the sun is breaking through more so than not. The district, you saw that live live shot there, the sun breaking out, and it's been sunny off to the north in places like Hagerstown, Cumberland, and Frederick. So we're all getting to enjoy this spectacular change of pace, and it's not going to really end anytime soon. We have very quiet conditions continuing now. There are going to be some light winds out there as we go into the overnight hours. And that's going to lead to those clouds still sticking around in some form or fashion. And then as we go overnight, there will be at least an uptick in that cloud cover. But for the time being, we can enjoy this evening sunshine with comfortable temperatures in the 70s and 60s as well. And as we go into your Friday, more of the same from today is likely on tap. But there are going to be a couple of spotty showers rolling through tomorrow as a front tries to move through before the weekend. We'll time out when and where those showers could develop coming up in your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. New in Montgomery County, police say they've made a second arrest in connection to the shooting that killed two 20-year-old men, DeAndre Wint and Quincy Johnson, back in May. Right now, 16-year-old Adam Obey of Silver Spring is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of use of a firearm during the commission of a crime of violence. Police say that they charged Obey as an adult, and you may remember back in August, police arrested the 15-year-old Onyx Austin at Dulles International Airport for his involvement in the murders.
And new at 4, a Maryland man is dead after a single-engine plane crash in North Carolina. Shashwat Adhikari lived in Silver Spring. He was one of 5 passengers who died Saturday when that plane went down near the Wright Brothers National Memorial's first flight airport. A 6-year-old was also among the victims. The National Transportation Safety Board is still investigating the cause.
Well, think twice the next time you get a call from someone you think is a police officer. That warning from Prince George's County Police this afternoon. They say that people are posing as police officers to try and steal your money. The caller says that there's a warrant for your arrest and that you need to provide personal information or transfer money in order to clear it. The phone number even appears to be legitimate, but it's not Prince George's County Police. They say that they will never call you for money or private information. If a call seems suspicious, hang up and contact the agency directly.
All right, beware of black bears. Experts say Marylanders may see more of them during the fall season, and that's because when bears search for food before hibernation, they can lose their natural fear of people. Well, that's scary. Sightings on roads or yards may become more common. Maryland Department of Natural Resources advises you keep bird feeders, pet food, and trash in places where bears cannot get to them. And bears begin entering their dens in mid-November. At DC News Now, we are your local election headquarters. So let's talk about that battle for Virginia's U.S. Senate seat.
Well, last night, Virginia's Democratic Senator and incumbent Tim Kaine and Republican challenger Hung Cao faced off in a live televised debate.
And it'll be their only debate before the November election. Markeisha Johnson joins us with a recap and expert analysis.
Candidates running for the Virginia Senate seat fired off at Wednesday night's debate.
Check the tape on that. That's completely wrong. Okay, sir, there's 2 truths in the world, okay? Never walk in a Target store wearing a red shirt, and never go against an Asian when it comes to math. Trust me. What does that mean?
On the stage were incumbent Democratic Senator Tim Kaine and challenger Republican Hung Cao, debating topics including
the port strike, 2 issues that are, kind of more globally affecting us, including the most recent attacks on Israel by Iran.
Yet Dr. Ben Molesky, professor at Old Dominion University, says both candidates did miss the mark a few times.
There were many times in which both candidates didn't quite answer the question at hand and had to be reminded by the moderators. If you're going off just kind of totals of that, I would say there was more times where Cal was reminded about the question itself.
Dr. Molesky says Kaine was able to speak to more specific policies given his experience.
This would be a 3rd term in the U.S. Senate. He's had 30 years in public office. And for him, he very much had to speak to, at the same first part, his record, the things he's done while in office, and at the same time kind of towing that party line.
Whereas Hung Cao has never held statewide office.
Who's pretty much a political newcomer. He had to very much come out swinging and trying to attack Tim Kaine on that record, while at the same time towing the party line for the Republicans.
With the debate over, now it's in Virginians' hands to make the final vote. Who will take the Virginia U.S. Senate on Election Day, November 5th.
The debate itself tends to favor Tim Kaine. But again, it's for the electorate to decide.
And if you are registered to vote in Fairfax County, check your mailbox. Sample ballots have been mailed to every registered voter for the upcoming election. Now, that includes information like early voting locations, polling places, and how to request a mail-in ballot. Remember, Election Day is just over a month away on Tuesday, November 5th.
And in the district, congratulations to Jasmine Townsend. She's a Ward 8 elementary school teacher who was recently recognized by the district as the 2025 DC Teacher of the Year during a National Book Month celebration. Mayor Bowser and other leaders honored Townsend with the award during a surprise celebration of her own. We caught up with her while she shared some advice for other teachers looking to make a difference.
Every student deserves someone who is irrationally passionate about their success, about their academic achievement, and bringing your true, authentic self to the classroom every single day is what makes the difference for students.
And she'll go on to participate in the 2025 National Teacher of the Year program. Congratulations to her.
Yeah, job well done.
You can tell she's a difference maker in that classroom. It's her way.
It was very clear.
It's her way
on
or
the highway.
Well, still